Hello, how is everybody doing today? Hope you are doing good. I am good, except I pulled back muscle this morning, but such is my life. I've got all the Robacks and the icy hot cream and stuff. You can't get like icy hot and things like that with lidocaine in them in Canada over the counter, but you can in the States. So last time we went down, I got some. All right, so what I'm doing today, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I get to thinking, I get the idea from Kim Newberg. She does a masterboard book, and then when she wants a masterboard out of it, she just pulls one out. So I'm using a scribbler, the same thing that I use, a little cheap notebook, same thing I use for my color glue books. So ideally what I'd like to do is have this and then kind of glue like my scraps in it every time. Not every time I finish a project. I definitely won't do that. But maybe like once a week or something, sit down and glue in the bits. So it started out with just a few bits I had from a project, and then I kind of started going through my scrap bin, and now it just got completely out of hand. So I'm organizing this a little bit because how I work, one of my favorite ways to work, or favorite color palettes to work in or whatever, is monochromatic. So if I make this page all red, I actually have some masterboards like this already that I made previously quite a while ago. So yeah, I'm just gonna red, orange, yellow, green, teal, whatever. So what I'm gonna do is when I'm done projects, I'm just gonna stick the scraps on here, the scraps that I'm not using for anything else. Some scraps I put in my collage pile if I want to use them for something like that. Now, I think right now I'm going to do just the rainbow colors plus pink. So I think any, just because those are my favorites. So I think any like paper, brown paper, any just regular paper. I guess this could go in, well, I'm going to say orange, maybe yellow, but no. So I'm just going to kind of get some scraps. I think what I'll try to kind of do right now is maybe stick some bigger pieces down and then put all the little teeny tiny pieces around them. But of course, if I'm doing the whole, glue my scraps in when I'm done with a project, then I won't be doing that, obviously. It'll be kind of whatever. Oh, and I'm going to have some pages for various colored things too. Can you guys see okay? I feel like this kind of shadowed, isn't it? My light, I gotta get something better going on with my light. I gotta get a second one or something. I have a second one, I just gotta figure it out, plug it in and all that. So we got some pastels, like that's a green. Oh, don't be afraid to I might use this side actually to tear off any little bits. Like I'll probably use this side for multicolor, but then this is like a little yellowy bit, because it's hard to let the interesting little bits go, right? It's something we just don't do. Oh no, that's like a tan. Again, these are all kind of multicolored. This is the results of going through my scrappy bin. So I'd put that on a blue page. Blue. That can go on a green. And so yeah, I've got scraps that are too small. Like I won't do anything with them. They're too small, and they're just like clogging up my scrap bin. So yeah, scraps like that, or even like papers I don't really like anymore. Bits and pieces of that. Yeah, so I had a video I was going to post the other day, but it kind of went awry. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do this page and then I'll post a video, and yeah, the page still isn't done, and it was a big thing. So I've got to continue with that video actually and finish up that journal page. It was it was something. Like, see, this is a big scrap, but I won't use that for, in my collages or anything, I don't think so. Meh. And there's even little bits of little bits of like painty paper and things like that in here. Let's get multicolors. Put that over there. I like that. Even little bits like this, like just because that was from a project. Like I was, it was like a long. It would have been like a long garland type thing. Don't be afraid to tear things too, like that. And then this, I probably wouldn't even use that. Maybe put it in the black and white. Yeah. So don't be afraid to, yeah, tear little bits and stuff, or whatever I was saying before that. Isn't that pretty? I think I might put that in purple. Yeah. Toss any, don't feel bad about tossing any little bits that you're not going to use or you don't really like. I could put that in teal, couldn't I? Yeah. Like this. That's kind of interesting, but I mean, you're still salvaging some of the scrap, right? But don't feel like you have to use every single bit. I mean, I think we all kind of do this with all us junk journalers, with keeping more scraps than we should kind of thing. I'm going to put that in red, maybe. There's a red rug, really. Red rug, really. Yeah, so hopefully once I get this all organized, I'll be able to, yeah, just come in and do it as I kind of accumulate things. I'll have this little container kind of thing and put the things in it as I accumulate them. I've got so many scraps. This one I'll probably tear, actually. Kind of want that orange bit. It's pink. Good Lord, eh? But yeah, I'm sure you guys are right there with me, right? It's kind of green, isn't it? Maybe I'll put that in vintage, though. Yeah. So it's just, yeah, like little bits and pieces, offcuts of paper that, I mean, I'm not going to find anything to do with that. My scrap bin was pretty full. That's pretty, like that. Let's get some twinkling H2Os. Chameleon kind of effect paints. Look at that yellow. And you can be as picky or as non-picky as you want. Like, keep whatever you want. And like, see, that's not even, can't even really see a pattern. Keep what you want, throw what you want, whatever. But yeah, like, see, stuff like that, that's not really my thing anymore. Not really my style. And all these little, like, offcuts, the ends of the scrapbooking papers. There. We'll get a few of these going on. Some bigger pieces. Purples. Oh, that's kind of pretty, right? Oh. Artemis was just upstairs having a meltdown. I don't know what he wanted, but Rob went and took care of it, apparently. Shut up. He shut up anyway. He's just up there screaming. That's what he does lately. He just, I say that's blue. More blue than gray. I don't know how it looks to you guys on camera, but I think it's more blue. Yeah, he just, like, he doesn't even come downstairs and ask for something. He'll just go upstairs and just start screaming his head off. And he has a yell. He does yell. He's got a regular meow, but he's also got his yell. That's totally blue. A little dot dot. He's such a stinker. Little brat. Like, I'll go upstairs. I'll be like, what are you doing? So bad. Okay, maybe let's get started with this. I've already got scraps like everywhere. Okay, so all you need is just your book, your glue stick, and, you know, the ever important baby wipe, and something to put your your paper on as you glue it. Oh my God, these are totally out of control. So what I'm going to do is I'm only gluing on one side of the sheet. Like, normally when you journal and glue book, you use both sides, but these what masterboards are is it's going to be like a collage of scraps. And then you use that as a base for other things like journaling cards or tags or ATC backgrounds, artist trading cards, things like that. So, and some people, you can kind of like process your masterboards more. I don't really, I've done it before, but I don't really, super, like people super decorate them kind of thing. Like they'll do like the paper scraps, but then they also like start rubber stamping and things like that on them to decorate them. I don't bother doing that, because I mean, I don't know what I'm going to use them for. And, oh, I've also got a brayer, but you definitely don't need a brayer. You can just use, you know, something smooth. Let me just move this a little bit so you can see. Here we go. Sorry about the glare. It's magazine paper mostly. Well, not mostly, but a lot of it is. Yeah, so I save that because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So when I cut them up, then I can further, you know, like before. Yeah, I've done them with like, you can paint them, like painty paper them kind of thing, and then you decide how much of the background collage you want showing through. It doesn't even, none of it has to show through. If you just want like a bunch of like layered paper for texture, to give texture, look at that, I'm putting that in there, then yeah, go right ahead. Definitely, it's all up to you. And I mean, it's all about, you know, using up your scraps, so there's no rules or anything. I mean, there's no rules for any of this, but but yeah, just yeah, do what you want. I mean, like I said, I'm doing it by color, so a lot of people do it just random. I put the word on there, the color name on there, just to get me started kind of thing. Now that I have some strips down, I know, because I kind of wanted them to be in order because, you know, I'm just OCD like that, right? So now that I got some strips down, though, I know what page this is, so it won't matter if I cover up the writing. I do the same thing in my scavenger hunt glue book. Like I have each of the pages like reserved, the ones that I haven't glued yet, and I just have written on them with pencil what's going to go on that page. Some blue. It's kind of more teal, I think. Well, yeah, I'll put that one in teal too. This is definitely teal, blue. I think I'll try to do like a little bit of each kind of thing on camera. You guys can get a taste of everything. This is a cool placemat I got at like Value Village, or it's like a pad of placemats. I don't know why I keep sticking the cover back on this. When I do stuff like this, I'm doing it so quick that it doesn't matter if I leave the cover off. I probably wouldn't do it if it was, even if it was, I probably wouldn't do it even if I was being quick, if it was a super expensive, glue stick. Yeah. I don't know. Deb said she doesn't like the Staples glue sticks, but I don't know. I'm not having a problem with them. They seem to be working pretty good. Now that I see that, though, in the future, when I go to take this masterboard, like I go to take one of these masterboards out and cut it up, it'll be all like the pieces will be falling off and everywhere. Yep, that's how it's gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna cover up the big white spot. That gray line too. I mean, I guess I could have cut them off, but meh, I know I'll cover them. Okay. I mean, you can kind of keep layering if you want. I kind of just keep going pretty well until like the background's completely covered. And then I also, oh, look at that. There's teal on that side though. I want that more than I want the blue because blue is more common than teal. Yeah, I kind of just keep going until I cover the background, and then I'll usually kind of put little pieces like this in to make it more interesting. Because if I just covered just the background, it's kind of all over the place, or it's kind of the big pieces kind of thing, you know? So there's not a lot of variety, but I like to have it interesting with more variety. And I do have a lot of little scraps, and I don't know, those are those are harder to use up than the big scraps. Oop, almost dropped that on the floor. Okay, we had a few teal. Yeah, I think this is a lot of fun. I got the idea from Kim Newberg. If I remember, I'll link her down below. I need a pair of scissors. Where did I put my scissors? Every time I lose my scissors, I grab another pair. So I just cleaned up from a project I was doing from that journal page. And I had like 4 pairs of scissors right here, kind of underneath everything. Yep. Yeah, so I'm not sure where Kim got the idea, but I don't know if it was her idea or not, but it's a good one. Because we're always looking for ways to use up our scraps. I've got to do some other scrap busting projects soon too, like make some clusters and things. I've got to, I've got to do some stash building now that I have my stash pretty well unpacked. I like that. It's like gold embossing. This was an envelope I got in a swap. Yeah, and she had embossed, my swap partner had embossed a rubber stamp design. I remember I cut that out and I put it, I don't know, I put it in a junk journal or a collage book or something. I don't know. But yeah. And it's okay if it overhangs the page a bit. Like, I don't really care in this. I probably won't trim it. Like in my regular books, my journals and things, I'll trim it. I'll overhang them and then trim it when it dries. There we go. So it's all nice and even, but yeah, I don't really care for a glue book or for a masterboard glue book. I don't care for masterboards because I mean, I can always take them out when I'm going to be cutting them up anyway. So I'll just even them all up then. I know that's purple, but whatever. It's got some nice teal too. I don't mind a little bit of other colors in there, as long as they're not too distracting. But again, I might not even use these monochromatically. Like I might not use the teal, say the teal page as, you know, for teal cards or for teal tags or whatever. I might just end up kind of, you know, painting over it or whatever. It might end up multicolor, whatever. So what do you guys do with your scraps? Do you throw some out? I do throw some out. Like when I was going through this, actually, I threw some out that weren't very interesting. I do definitely have a hard time letting things go. I definitely don't want to throw, you know, really cool things out, really cool scraps. Look at that. That's a little scrapbook and paper. I think I like the blue. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to let things go, especially like cool, interesting, you know, pretty papers. Put it up here instead. What do we got next? Getting my glue book all over the place. Or my glue stick. All right, so this is oh yeah, look at that. Studios magazine, I would say. Or cloth paper scissors, I think they do. Studios magazine. So, yep, just cut the edge off. And there's some yellow. It's been really nice here. The past, like, I don't know, couple weeks. It's been even getting up into the double digits Celsius, so that's amazing. We've been going for walks, which is nice. Probably won't be going for walks when you know, when the winter comes back. Usually in March we get hit with at least a couple big snowstorms. We're talking like feet of snow. Which I said it's orange. I think it's more orange than yellow, eh? I don't know. It is kind of yellow though. I think I'm gonna put it in yellow. Yep, there is orange in there too. It's like pointillism, like kind of drawn like comic book kind of thing. And I think there's yellow and orange in there, but I don't know. I'm feeling more yellow with it. Yeah, I'm finding this Staples brand glue stick really good. Yep. More yellow. So yeah, we're excited. We're gonna be getting a freezer soon. We had like we call them deep freeze here on the East Coast. Apparently we're not the only ones though. Yeah, like a chest freezer. We had one at our old house, but it was like super old. So we just we sold it. Yeah, we sold it before we moved. So we're just like, okay, we'll get a new one at the new house. We don't even know if we're gonna have room for one, you know, because when we sold, we didn't have a house yet. We didn't have a new house yet when we sold and moved out, which actually was just our anniversary, 1 year, 1 year selling the house at the end of February. The 28th was our closing date. Yeah, so we are going to be getting a stand-up one now that we have things set up and know what's what in the house. We're going to be getting like a stand-up one, and we're going to put it in the downstairs bathroom because there's like a lot of room in there. I think when they made the bathroom, the previous owners, I think they meant to maybe put a shower in there because there is enough room for a stand-up shower in there. So yeah, we're going to use it for, I think it's yellow, more orange, maybe orange. We're going to use it for our freezer. So that'll be cool. We've been looking forward to that. We have in our main fridge, we have like the freezer drawer in the bottom, which has lots of room, but we like to, we both like to cook, Rob and I. We both cook and we both bake. Isn't that horrible? It's horrible. But yeah, we like to, especially during the winter, make big batches of things. Like he does chili and his chili's ridiculous. Like I spend like all day friggin' peeling like vegetables and stuff for his chili. It's got like, I don't know, 30 ingredients or something in it. He doesn't mess around with his chili. Yeah, so we want to do that, and I think I want to make some, I don't know. I like to freeze different things. Oh, I want to make and freeze some little mason jar pies. I found this recipe years ago online. I think it was on All Recipes. And the little tiny mason jars that are like this big, you know, you just make pies in them, like just, you know, a berry pie or whatever, apple pie. You put your pie crust, you put your filling, and then you freeze them. You freeze them uncooked, and then you take them out of the freezer and you can pop them directly in the oven. Caution with this, I'm hearing that new mason jars, maybe you can't do that. Old mason jars, I mean, they're meant for canning. So they should be safe to go from freezer to oven, right? Tempered glass, etc., etc. Yeah, so anyway, I've never had one explode on me, but apparently this might be a thing now. But yeah, I'll just, anytime we want a little bit of pie, I'll just take out a few. And they're like the cutest things ever. So little single serve pies. So cute. So, so cute. All right, there's some yellow. What do you think? That's kind of cool. Orange maybe, since I do have, let's see what else I have for orange. Isn't that pretty? I love this scrapbooking paper. I've had that forever. Would you say that's orange? It's like orange with red dots. I'm going to put it in orange. Yeah. Yeah. Let us see. It's pink, I'd say. Orange. And I mean, I don't think too much about it. I don't really care. Like, this is like orange with red brush strokes. I don't really care. It's fine. It's orange enough. I'm a little more picky about my actual glue books. My actual color glue books. I usually don't let too many other colors get in the one monochromatic book. But yeah, stuff like this, just masterboards. I may be painting over them anyway, whatever. Let me see what else I can put orange. Would you call that orange or brown? That's brown, I'd say. Like I do want them to be, you know, fairly close to all orange. Oh, look at this. I gotta put that down. That's like it was like a hot dog wrapper thing at the dollar store. Oh, I need to put that down too. Yeah, as long as it's close. Yeah, I could use that. I should have just maybe just done the ones that I had already. But like this, that's kind of cool. I mean, I could use it on a different, like one with all different colors, a page, but I think I'll I'll steal that. And then this, I guess I don't have to cut this off. I can always cover it, but yeah. Yeah, I had intended on just using the bits and pieces that I had acquired from my project earlier, but it kind of got out of hand. I got looking in the scrap bin. Okay, orange. Here's orange and here's yellow. Maybe I'll do yellow first since I already had yellow going on. Oh, here, we'll put orange over here. I got some. See if I can flip this page without sending them flying everywhere. Good Lord, I could probably, with all the scraps I have, actually, I could probably do like, just like my color glue books, I could probably do like one book each for each of the colors. I didn't think of that. Probably could. I'm laughing, but I probably could. I mean, I work in monochromatics, right? I love working in the monochromatics, so I get a few scraps in the monochromatic bright colors. It's kind of really pretty on the back too, actually. Thought this was a piece of greeting card, like an actual real greeting card, but nope. So yeah, with the solid colors, like just the plain solid color paper, I usually kind of, try to put those more in the background and cover them with fun little bits, right? Like that. Just like that. All right, orange. Orangey glad. I know that's terrible. I'm so sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, for walking, I'm still not sure how to dress. It's like, oh, it's like +8 out. And yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. +8 Celsius. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can go with a hoodie. So this morning, yeah, I went with a hoodie and that was fine. I finally figured out to wear a hoodie that it's like, it doesn't have a zipper. It doesn't have an opening. It's just one solid, panel of fabric. So that helps because the zipper, yeah, kind of cold. And yeah, I should have wore like a winter hat today though too. So I had to put my hood up, and it wasn't super windy. It was a little bit of wind coming off the ocean, but yeah, it was a little cold on my ears. So I put my hood up. So I guess tomorrow, assuming it's, nice enough to walk and around the same temperatures, I think I'll do a hoodie with a winter hat. We met a neighbor, not a neighbor, but he's like, I don't know, probably like a dozen houses away, and he's like down around the corner. It was funny because we had gone for a walk like past his house and we were coming back, and he was like in his driveway, and then he like crosses the road. We're on the other side of the road. He crosses his road to like the beach side, and he's kind of like, I don't know, it's like he's pretending to look at rocks or something. Just so he could meet us. Totally what he did. It was so funny. He was a nice guy though, really nice guy. And I'm glad we met him and talked to him because, yeah, we were talking to him about different like things that we'd want to get done around the property. And I said to him, are there contractors that are local to here kind of thing? Contractors, I said, because in Moncton, I mean, you couldn't find anybody to do anything. You'd call like, oh, we had such a time when we were renovating the house before we sold. Like you could, you'd call, like, I think Rob called like 4 or 5 different asphalt companies for paving the driveway, and like I think like one showed up to give us a quote. Like it's just ridiculous. Like you're either hiring somebody that's not qualified and they're like totally conning you kind of thing, or you can't find somebody. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Well, you know what? Out here too. Yeah. Last year I had called a plumber, and I called a few plumbers in the area. And there was this one guy, he's like, yep, no problem, I'll do the job for you, blah, 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 and I'll call you next week. Never heard from him again. It's like, okay, whatever. Yeah. It's so unprofessional. Like, I understand if you're too busy and you can't, yeah, I'm putting that on yellow. You can't, you can't do a job or whatever. Like, tell me it'll be like 6 months or something. You're waitless. Like, just be honest. Instead of, oh yeah, not a problem. And then you totally, yeah. It's just frustrating. I just wish people would be, more adult kind of thing about it and just be honest. So yeah, we're not looking forward to trying to look for contractors or whatever out here. Although this guy that we met, I forget his name, this neighbor that we met, he said, yeah, there's a guy that he knows locally that's got like excavators. That doesn't sound right. And things. So yeah, he says he does a lot of work like that. So that's okay. That's cool. He knows a guy. You know how it is. Yeah, I know a guy. Red. I think I have a whole lot for red. Let me see. I guess that's more pink. Red. Did I take red out? Oh, yeah, this one. I got that one. I got these guys. Let us see. Like these scraps are ridiculous, right? They're all over the place. I'm never gonna get caught up. Oh, this, like, yeah, it's got a bunch of pattern on it. It's like a fabric, like a damask or whatever. But it's yeah, it's mostly red. The background's red. That's good. I'm good with that. I'm not too picky. Like I said, it's not my glue books, so I don't like that. I'll even, you know what? Maybe I'll even take that off right there. Then that'll be red. All right. Let's get it done. Yeah, so. Ooh. I just like dropped my glue stick, but I kind of caught it with my shirt. I might need to wash this shirt later. Artie's going to be smelling me. He's going to be like, oh, mama, you smell good, because he likes glue and adhesives and tape and things. My cat loves to, yeah, he'll eat tape. Whoops. That's a, it's a job hazard. This is nice because it's just, it's pretty well relaxing, right? You're just sitting here and no worries. You just glue it in. No rules. Whatever. Oop. Again, I almost knocked that glue stick out of my hand. What am I doing? Ugh. I think we're going to make an IKEA order too. When we had gone to IKEA, we kind of, it was kind of last minute. We weren't really prepared. We forgot to measure the area in the makerspace that we're putting. Oh, look at that. That we're putting the, look at that. That's beautiful. That we're putting the workbench into. That's just plain, so whatever. So yeah, it didn't happen. We didn't end up buying a workbench and blah, blah, blah. Or, well, really, I think we're doing like a desk. Like, I have an IKEA desk for my computer. It's just like the tabletop and then like 4 legs, or it's 2 legs and an Alex shelf. That's this storage drawer unit. Yeah, so I think we're gonna do something like that. I think just a couple of tabletops, because we want it L-shaped. A couple of tabletops and a thingy. I'm going to cover that flower, though, because it's really big and really blue. Table legs. All right. Red, orange, yellow. I haven't done green yet. Do I have green? Did I pick up any green? Okay, I have this one. Oh, my fingers are starting to get all sticky. Ow. Sorry. I've got to stop doing that. I need to get a camera mount that's higher, because I kind of forget. That the camera's there. Oh, God. Isn't it funny? Yep. Oh, I put that on the teal. Isn't that nice? I made that, yeah, a while ago, like forever and ever and ever and ever ago. Okay, what am I doing? I'm doing green, right? Yeah. Green. I have so many scraps. So many. But they're all so interesting. I'm like never going to get these done and never going to get them under control. It'll just be like I'm forever adding to the pile. Although what I can do is make sure when I'm, you know, when I'm done a project or after a few projects, if I go and put those in my book, in my masterboard book here, then if I can keep up with that, then I can also add in some scraps from the scrap bin here and there. Yeah, that's how it's going to go, right? Okay, green. Blue. Green. All right. So I was thinking though with this, I wonder if Kim, I bet you Kim uses a spiral notebook. It would be better to use a spiral notebook than this because this is stapled in. So say I want to use one of these, say I finish this one and I want to use it. So I go to tear it out, then the page, because this is folded over and stapled, the paper, yeah, the other one's going to fall out, right? It's mate. So yeah, maybe a spiral notebook would be better. Yeah. I don't know if I have any spiral notebooks. I mean, for now I'll use this, but if I don't have any spiral notebooks for my next one, I will just grab one at the dollar store. Yep. I have a notebook problem. I have way more notebooks than I'll ever need, but you know how it is. You buy a notebook and it's really cool and you don't want to waste it on something dumb. You don't want to like use it and then be like, oh man, I wish I would have saved it for this. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else out there hoard stationery? I love stationery. Just everything, like paper and pens and stickers and notebooks and just all of it. And I love the smell of school supplies. Love the smell of new school supplies. I know it's like VOCs or whatever, but you know. All right. And I don't worry about, you know, text being upright or whatever. Because like I said, I mean, this is, at the very least, it's going to be the background for something else. So. And if you want to be like, if you want to really kind of secure things on the page, I mean, you can use it too to glue down, but you can go back through, you can go over the pages with like an acrylic medium. Just make sure you use matte medium and not glossy medium, because glossy medium, your pages will stick together. Or actually, they probably wouldn't stick together. Well, yeah, I was going to say where it's not like page to page with the gloss medium, but yeah, that paper would probably stick to them. So yeah, just make sure you're using that matte medium, or cover it with clear gesso too. That works. It gives it a tooth. I really don't like that paper. That's how that ended up in the scrap bin. I'm glad that I was able to finally start admitting to myself that, you know, there's just certain styles I don't like anymore, and I don't have to keep everything. I can get rid of, you know, or cover up, as it were, some things that I don't like, because they're just taking up room in my stash. I'll have to do something with the masterboard soon. I do have some done, kind of just, you know, squirreled away or whatever, but yeah, I haven't done anything with masterboards for a while. I haven't done ATCs for a while, so that's usually what I end up using mine for. Usually ATCs. I used to do a lot of ATCs at one time, because ATCs were my first kind of mixed media, like we used to call it mail art, because you send it out to other people. Artist trading cards, that's the whole point. But yeah, any of this like junk journaling, art journaling kind of thing, ATCs were my first foray into those. Isn't that pretty? I'm not super worried about, like I have my palette, my glue palette, and I'm not super worried about maybe picking up glue from it. I try to put it down in a clean spot every time, but if I happen to get some glue, it's no big deal. Because yeah, it'll dry. Well, I guess the pages could stick together, but meh. It's fine. Repa. Again, this is just a, you know, scrap buster. Use up scraps, whatever. Oh, I had done myself a favor at some point. I had gone through my scrap bin. I don't know where they are now. And oh, here they are. And I had sorted some scraps into baggies. Small scraps for clusters. So actually, I might end up using some of those in here. And then I've got strips. Scraps, strips. I have so many strips. No, Abraham Lincoln's not a strip. But yeah, I'll go through these and maybe some of them, because I probably won't use them in, you know, regular collage and stuff. So I'll, yeah, I'll figure out what I want to use for clusters. Gotta make some clusters. What I want to use for clusters, and then, or in my regular collage books, and then everything else can go in here in these books, because yeah, I just need a whole bunch more stuff to have to put in here that I'll never get caught up on. Oh, things like this are great too. This is like the top of like a scrapbooking page. Just a little green houndstooth. Really cool little interesting pattern. Part of me does wish that I'd just throw this stuff out, but it's just so cool. All right, we got green. Green. Teal, blue, purple, and pink. That's all we got left, and I have a lot of purple and a lot of pink. All right, purple. I don't know why I have so much purple and pink. I don't necessarily work in them. Look at this. This is crayon paper. If you take crayons and you put like bits or whatever on the paper, I forget, you put, I think, parchment over top of it maybe. But anyway, when you melt, or no, actually, I'd use a straight iron because I have a travel iron, which has no holes in it. And I have it just for like beeswax projects and things like that. Yeah, so it melts the crayons onto the paper, and then you put paper towel down and iron it again so that it sucks the wax out of it. So you're left with like pretty well non-waxy paper, but it the dye stays from the crayons, the pigment. So it's pretty cool. I had made a bunch of it a long time ago. It's been like years since I've done that. All right, purple. Maybe I'll put this one down first. I don't know why I peeled that off the thingy it was on, but here we are. Yeah, I think this glue stick will hold up pretty good for this. Which is good. I got them on sale for, what was it, $2.50 to $2.25, something like that. So that was good. I'm all for cheap glue sticks, as long as they work. Don't get me wrong, I've got my good ones too, like the extra strength or whatever ones. Yeah, for heavier things and more important things than a masterboard. I don't know who thought of masterboards. They've been around for a long time. It's really it's a great concept though, because you can, yeah, you just use up all these scraps that you wouldn't otherwise use, and you're kind of creating your own like crafty artsy paper, right? And each one is unique. Yeah. And you can use this for like, you can use them for journal covers too, or like I said, like any ephemera. Like you can, they're good because once you get a bunch of scraps glued together, normally it like firms the page up a bit, depending on how thick your scraps are, I guess. This, I don't know, it's almost more gray, I think. No, that's fine. Yeah, it usually makes the page pretty, like normally I'll just use like computer paper, like scrap computer paper. Yeah, and the page ends up like kind of cardstocky once you got a couple layers of things glued onto it. Okay, this I'm gonna, I think, this was me messing with a bingo dabber at some point. One of my neon ones. And then this. What else do I got? I got some plain, just like these little things. I'll probably never use them. And like, yeah, I guess I could probably cut tabs out of them or something, but I've got like a bajillion of them. And I mean, really, I don't think I want just a plain tab. You know, I'm more like, I guess maybe I'll, you know, I could stamp them or something and make a bunch of tabs, but I don't even have a tab punch, so no, I'm good. I just kind of cut tabs when I need them kind of thing. Or I like to make tabs out of like upcycled things. So like one of my favorites is the little tea tag things, you know, like on the end of like a tea bag, the end of the string. Come on. I like this. I've done some, did some inking on the edge of this, like, it's like a reddish color. Don't remember what I was using that for. Some project forever ago. I don't think I'll go over these. I'll see how this glue stick holds, but I don't think I'll go over these and like with the artist medium. I think they'll be okay on their own. But again, I mean, I could, you know, come back in a couple days and everything's half unstuck. Wait for summer, see how this humidity affects things like that. Humidity in my studios, yeah, ridiculous in the summer, but we were quick to deal with it last year. Rob went and got the big honkin' totally overkill dehumidifiers. So, like, I think one could probably do our whole basement, but we've got two, so that's awesome. And one's here in the studio, so yeah, he wasn't messing around. He knows I've got a lot of paper and a lot of fabric, so you don't want a whole lot of, you know, moisture with those two things, right? Ooh, look at that purple. Isn't that pretty? And then we'll do pink. What are we at? 47 minutes. Cool. It'll be under an hour. This is what I thought I was going to do the other day with my with the journal page I was doing. I was doing a page in my trashy junk journal. I will get it posted eventually. But yeah, I was like, oh, I'm doing one page. Sweet. But really, it was an envelope. So I did the face of the envelope. So that's like one page. And then I also did I did a card to go inside it, like a journal card. And I did the front and back of that. So it's like I did 3 pages really. Wasn't thinking, right? So yeah, that kind of got super long. And then my camera died. My phone died. It was like, oh, low battery. And yeah, it kind of, whatever. I had to stop what I was doing. So I'm going to go back and, or I ended up finishing the page anyway, but what I'm going to do is just, you know, take a video of the end result kind of thing. Skip ahead to the end result. I did get quite a bit of the process done though, but yeah, it was just an ordeal. I was, yeah. Everything was miscalculated. Oh, I'm like stuck to that now. You know, this is long. Let me see here. Tear that off. I finished one of my phone books. Wow. My glue palette phone books. Oh, the new phone books should be coming out soon, actually. I wonder if we get them out here. Rural. I was pretty sure we didn't have a phone book delivered for a couple of years. But then we had one, like, I don't know, last year, I think. Which is kind of funny because the phone company is, yeah, we don't have home phone. So we're not even customers of theirs, but they're like, oh, here. I think maybe that's why they stopped for a while, but I don't know if the government pays for the phone books, I assume. not the phone company themselves, but I don't know. But yeah, the phone book glue palette is like my favorite idea I've ever had, probably. I felt pretty smart. I was all proud of myself. It's like, oh, that's a great idea. I think I'll glue this upside down like that. Not sure what I'm doing with the rest of the night. Oh shoot, I forgot to, Rob wanted me to make a call today and I totally forgot. Whoops, my bad. Facebook was down today. I don't know if it's still down or not. I just kind of came down here and started playing with this stuff. But usually like messengers who I talk to, it was what I used to talk to like all of my friends through, right? God, a lot of my friends don't even have their phone number. I just have them on Messenger. Hey, Ariana, give me your phone number, yeah? It's like, oh, well, if Facebook is now like kaput or something, like, I don't know what happened. I mean, I don't know if it went down on purpose or there was some sort of attack, but like, if it was like attacked or something, you know, by like hackers or whatever, and it's gone or something, then I have people I don't know how to contact. Isn't that horrible? What a time to be alive. And I have no excuse because I'm part of like the computer generation. I remember, you know, I was around for the invention of the internet. I remember the invention of the internet and the personal computer pretty much when it became more like widestream kind of thing. Yeah. So I should know better, but you know, you get used to something, right? You take it for granted and you're like, oh yeah, no problem. We'll always have this. I'm just hopelessly optimistic, right? Yeah. I'm kind of doing strips on this, and I didn't really mean to, but that's just kind of what I hauled out. I always end up with so many strips. I've got to, yeah. I could do some pages with just strips. Actually, I did. I had started, if you've been with me for a bit, I had started a collage book in a quilt book. It's like a spiral bound quilt book. And I started using it for glue booking and collage. And I had gone through, I had done a page on a video of like all little, I think it was just strips. And like, I tear them to different sizes or whatever, but I think it was just strips, and I collaged the strips. So I went through afterwards and I kind of kept going with the strips, and I kind of made like a few backgrounds in the book so that, you know, I could go through and be like, oh, I want to do, you know, whatever. I want to do a page and here's a background already set to go kind of thing. Very artsy background, all collaged already. Kind of like mosaicked. I love this. That's so pretty. I think that was like a ocean kind of picture. I think it looks like coral, if I remember correctly. Oh, sorry. I did it again, didn't I? Good Lord. Maybe I got taller. Maybe. That's it. I must have gotten taller. And I'm just not used to, you know, the camera being so close. Rob's gonna laugh when he hears that. He's 6'4" and I'm 4'11". We go out and people think I'm like his kid. Yup. What else? Do I get any more pink? Oh, look at that. I'm gonna put that on a multicolor page. Oh, yeah, this is fun. Oh, just like a regular pink scrap. Yeah, I try to take out, like, see, this isn't like a small scrap, but I mean, it's torn and stuff, so I won't use it. Chances are I won't use it. It's just hanging out in the scrap bin. Put that a little wonky. There. So I think I'm going to call it a day for that. And I'll probably never get caught up, like I said. And yeah, this is what it is. At least I'm honest. Ooh, look. It's pearly textured scrapbooking paper. At least I'm honest with myself, right? It's like, yeah. Yep. All right. So yeah, thanks for watching. Great to see you guys again. And yeah, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do so. I would appreciate it. And don't forget to hit the little bell so you get a notification whenever I post a new video. Great. Thanks for watching, and have a good evening. Bye.